Hello, it's Sonia here with The Pretty Stitch. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time joining me, I'm so happy to have you here. So today we are going to be doing another quick project. So for this project, I am going to be using my J hook or 6mm hook, and we're going to be making an ear warmer. And the yarn I'm going to be using, I've already got my chain started, is this blue. And I can show you a label on a different yarn. So it's this Paintbox Yarns Simply Aran. But I'm not using that dark gray. I'm going to use this blue. And I was having trouble getting the center pull out of the yarn, so I just took the label off because it was annoying me. And I do like Paintbox Yarns quite a bit, but the center pull is a pain in the booty to get out, is all I've got to say about that. But besides that, it's a really nice yarn. Okay. So as you can see, I've already got my chain started. So this ear warmer, we're going to be making an ear warmer, you can make to fit any head size. So what you'll need to do is make a chain to fit comfortably around your head, and you can also use any hook size as well. But I want this to be a quick project, so I'm using a larger hook. So what you'll need to do is just make your chain to fit around your head. So I chained 61 here. That fit comfortably around my head. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be working in the back bump of my chain, and I'm just going to single crochet in the second bump from my hook. And I'm just going to continue to single crochet all the way across. So I'm going to have 60 single crochet, but it really doesn't matter what number you have. Okay, so here we go. I've got my first row of single crochet. So now we're going to turn this into a circle, into a round. So I'm just going to, we're going to act like we're going to turn. So if we were turning, we would be working on this side. So I'm going to run my thumb and index finger down the length of my single crochet because we don't want to twist this. And I am going to join with a slip stitch in the back loop of my first stitch. And I'm just doing that for decorative purposes only. If you don't like that, then you can just join in both loops. Alright, so now we have created round one. So let's get ready for round two. Round two, we're just going to chain one, and we're going to half double crochet in that first stitch. So what you're going to notice is it's going to be doing this at first, so that is not a problem. Once we're finishing, so you're going to use this tail and you're going to thread your yarn needle and just poke it through here and then just thread that tail through there, and that'll cinch that guy up. Alright, so let's keep going. So I'm just going to half double crochet all the way around in the back loop here. And so I will have 60 half double crochet, but you might have a different number, which is quite alright. Okay, so I worked in my last stitch. So what we're going to do is I'm going to place a stitch marker in that last stitch because we're going to be working continuous rounds, and I actually have a actual stitch marker, which I never have actual stitch markers because I always lose them, but I found this little guy, so we're going to use it. Okay, so now we're ready for round three. So round three, we are going to be still working half double crochet, but we're going to be working in that third loop. So if you look at their stitch here, if you're not sure what that means, so this is the front loop here, this is your back loop, and if you turn it this way, you'll see there's another loop. That is the third loop. So we're going to be working in that. It's also called the camel stitch. And I love this stitch. I use it a lot. I think it's really fun, and you can do a lot of neat things with it, but it's pretty much just worked in the round. Alright, so we're going to work in that first third loop and just working a half double crochet. And you're going to go to the next one. So what we're going to do is we're just going to work half double crochet in the third loop until we get to almost the center of our ear warmers. So obviously this is going to be the back, and this is going to be in the front. So we're not going to count, just get kind of close to the center somewhere around here, and then we're going to do a couple post stitches just to add a little something something to our ear warmer. And post stitches I think actually look really nice with this stitch. I just think it really adds something to it. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to work a bunch of half double crochet in my third loop until I'm just about in the middle. Okay, so I'm about in the middle here. So what we're going to do is we're going to work front post half double crochet in the next 3 stitches. So just working that post stitch around, so just front post half double crochet. If you've never done post stitches before, we're actually working around the stitch, still working a half double crochet but working around it, and it just it helps the stitches to become more prominent. And then we're going to continue to just work half double crochet in the third loop all the way around. So it can be tricky. Sometimes you miss the first one. You can see it's kind of like crunched up. So if you just turn it over there it is right there. Because you should always have the same amount of stitches. So I have 60 half double crochet. So for the rest of this pattern, I want to have 60 half double crochet. Or 60, yeah, half double crochet, whatever stitch I'm working, whether it's single crochet, half double crochet, that the amount should never change. All right, so I'm going to continue just working half double crochet in the third loop for the rest of this round, and I will meet you back. Okay, so I'm at my stitch marker. I'm going to pop that guy out, and I'm going to work that last stitch, and I'm going to pop it back in because we're working continuous rounds, so that means we're not joining with a slip stitch or anything like that. We're just going around and around and around, so it can be kind of easy to lose track of where your last stitch is, so the stitch marker helps you out. Okay, so we're going to work round 4 here. We're going to half double crochet in the third loop until we get to our post stitch section. Okay, so I'm at my post stitch section. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work a half double crochet in third loop in that first one, and then I'm going to front post double crochet around the next 2 post stitches. And I'm going to front post crochet around this guy here. And now I'm just going to continue, so making sure I don't forget that first one there, working in half double crochet in the third loop all the way around to complete round 4 here. Okay, so I have finished up round 4. I already marked my stitch, my last stitch, and we're going to work round 5. Okay, so we're just about at our post stitch section, and we're going to repeat what we did in round 4. So working that half double crochet in the third loop in that first post stitch, and then we work 3 front post half double crochets around the next 3 stitches. So we're creating a slant, which I have lots of patterns with the slant design, which I think it's really fun. So it's going to be similar to that, but not quite. So what you want to do is you're going to keep going and just work your half double crochet in the third loop for the rest of round 5, and I will meet you back. Okay, so I am on round 6. So I finished up round 5, placed my stitch marker on my last stitch, and then I just continued to work half double crochet in the third loop, and now I am at my post stitch section. So I'm actually at the stitch before the post stitches begin. So I ended there. So what we're going to do in rounds 7, 8, 9, and 10 are going to be a repeat of round 6. So you're going to work your half double crochet in third loop until you get to the stitch before the post stitches. So these are the 3 post stitches, 1, 2, and 3. This stitch here is the stitch before. So what you want to do in that stitch before is you're going to work front post half double crochet and then work front post half double crochet in the next 2. And then we're just going to half double crochet in the 3rd loop in that next one, and then just continue around. So you're going to repeat round 6 for round 7 through 9. So I got that mixed up. I'm sorry. I can't count. I can't do math. It's terrible. So you're just going to repeat round 6 for round 7, 8, and 9, and I will meet you back. Okay, so I have finished my round 9, so you can see how we're taking shape. So now we're going to work round 10. So again, you're just going to keep working in your 3rd loop until we get to our postage section, and then I'll show you what we're going to do. So we're more than halfway done here. Okay, so I'm going to keep going until I get to my postage section. Okay, so I'm at my postage section here. So we are going to work in the 3rd loop in that first postage. And then we're going to work front post half double crochet around the next 3 stitches. And then we're just going to continue working working half double crochet in the 3rd loop. So what you're going to do for rounds 11, 12, and 13 is you're going to work in the 3rd loop, and you're going to then work in that first postage. You're going to work that regular half double crochet in the 3rd loop, and then you're going to work 3 postages in the next 3, and then just continue around. So I'm going to go do that, and I will meet you back. Okay, so I have finished up my round 13. So we've just got our little design there. So we've got one more round, round 14, and we're just going to single crochet working in that 3rd loop around. So it's not going to look completely the same as this part of the single crochet, but I think it's going to be fine. It's still, I think it looks neat, and you know, you could certainly play around with this pattern and, you know, add, you could even not even do the single crochet, or I mean, yeah, you could not even do the single crochet. It's completely up to you. So I'm going to just single crochet all the way around, and then when I'm done, I'm going to join in my first stitch here with a slip stitch, and then I'm done, and I'm going to cut my yarn. And then of course I'll need to weave in my ends, and then my ear warmer is all set to go. So I hope you enjoyed this project, and if you did, please like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.